Joining me now from Beverly Hills, though, is the celebrity lawyer Mitra Ahouraian. Mitra, good evening. Thank you for joining me. Now, look, as we've just seen, a few of these lines that you already been trailed. What else do you think we can expect? What are the big revelations from Ms. Heard a bit later on?
Well, I think we can expect more of the same, unfortunately, because she sort of can't let this go. What we're seeing now in this interview, just in the previews that we've seen, is what we saw on the stand, which people did not react well to. So I'm just so surprised that she did this so early on, just coming off the tails of this ruling against her that really came down to her performance on the stand.
Correct me if I got this wrong, but doubling down on Johnny Depp on allegations of domestic abuse of the like, which she's just had to pay out $8 million over, kind of risky strategy, isn't it? Because does she end up libeling him all over again?
She's walking a very fine line. Of course, the suggestion that the jury got it wrong because the facts were wrong really borders on defaming him all over again. You know, if she's sticking by her story that he abused her and she speaks out publicly about that, then of course that's defamation again. This is not a blanket judgment for every time she defames him. It could happen all over again. So I think the purpose of this interview is really to set her up for an appeal. We already heard sort of a focus on the social media and that influencing the fairness of the trial. And so I think that maybe that's her intention, is to really set things up for an appeal, but she has to be very careful not to suggest that that her allegations were still true.
So what do you think is behind all this? Is she trying to build a fresh legal case, or this far more about reputation management? Because if she can keep, I suppose, some doubt in the public's mind, and she did win her libel case on very similar subject matter over here, if she can keep her doubt in some people's mind, she can keep her career.
That might be what's going on in her head. I think it's, her feeling like she is still a victim, which is what she said in her op-ed. I think she still feels that way. And I think she feels even more a victim after the way this trial went, the way that the public reacted to her, the fact that it didn't go her way. She almost, made things worse for herself. And so I think that it's an inability to sort of, accept that, I feel like a victim and you're continuing to victimize me. So I think it's a combination of that. And perhaps in her mind, she thinks she can fix things. Let me just get in an interview where I could be myself and fix things, where I'm not on the stand. And, I think she's thinking that, and she's unfortunately been wrong so far.
Mitra Ahouraian, celebrity lawyer from Beverly Hills. Where else? Thank you for joining me.